It's working. We got it, but that's where you have to, because I always put the chat on here. And then, let me see. Is that we're live? So then you go into that chat, and then we look at both chats. But one's delayed, I think.
See, look.
Live chat. Is it already buffering? You know the key to not have it buffer bad is no sudden movements. I'm not even kidding.
Go like this.
Hey guys. Hey country lady and
What's
Steve.
up, Steve? This is...
Before y'all, if it starts buffering, it's a work in progress. Penny and Misty and Clancy. Hey Casey, how are you? See? Our
It's
peeps
working.
are here. For those of you who don't know, we were gonna get HughesNet, and the guy came and said, if you're streaming, you don't want this internet. He was up front. He said, I would call Windstream. You don't want this one. And I literally called Windstream like right then while he sat in here and chilled out. I was like, that's pretty solid.
It's a story, yeah. It's a story worth telling. First of all, hey.
Hey, Nelson. Nelson, I haven't seen you in forever. Super nurse.
No,
I know. I'm like,
so,
hey, Marilyn.
The guy comes out, because we're way up in them there hills, and he's walking around the home, the modular, and he says, I don't think the people before you had cable. And
there was no cable
there's
outlet.
no place that he can go from.
No.
And
Thank you.
And so he's kind of explaining things to us, and he goes, well, as long as you're not streaming or you're trying to do, and I said, well, I like to watch the Braves and I want to get like streaming TV.
Well, he said, yeah, but live stream, and Sean went, whoa.
I said, wait a second. One of the main things we want to do is live stream. And he says,
hey, Arlene, I see all you guys.
well, we can't do that with our service. And so here's a guy who's trying to make a sale. He's driven all the way up to this little community of ours here.
And we must have been his first thing, because it was like 8.
Yeah. And he says, well, I can't do that. If you want, you can buy the service. It's a 2-year commitment. And in January, we're going to update all the towers where you're going to be able to live stream. So you have to wait 6 months. Or I can give you the number of somebody that can.
Well, he said other people probably use Windstream, and I've heard differing things
Yeah.
about it. Hey, I see all you guys.
But how solid?
Megan Mayo, I was thinking about you the other day. I was like, you know what? She used to always pop in and see us, and I was like, I wonder what she's up to. Well, all of you, but mainly she was always like on her break. She's solid.
Megan was
in your dreams.
always the first one here.
Yeah, she was always the first one here. Now you can hear another little altercation. It's Storm and the new kitten. They're not legit fighting.
They haven't met Ellie live. They've only seen Ellie on Twitter, right?
The food's gone again. I hope he ate it. Maybe somebody can give us some advice. When you're feeding it, so we have a gate, and then the cat food's on the other side, and then we have Sawyer's bowl, which is out here. Obviously, it can't be on the other side of the gate because he can't jump it. So the kitten eats the dog food, and of course, if I see her, I'll like scoot her off. But poor Sawyer just doesn't. He's not like Lily. He doesn't fight her off. Sawyer just watches them eat her food. Creating a pecking order. Yeah, exactly. Well, yesterday, remember when I used to tell you guys, like, I was like, I think he's trying to do something with the cat. And y'all said it's normal and whatever. That's Ellie her. She's a little calico.
She is a
She's
little
feisty.
spitfire, yeah.
There's Karen. So anyway, you look better every time we see you. I know, Sims fan, I'm not going to say who you are. I know who you are, but I don't know if you tell everybody who you are. I'm like, now that it's working well, I'm like, oh man, did we really need to?
We need it because we're going to try to figure out, I do want to figure out a streaming service so we can watch some kind of TV and stuff.
Yes.
Because we're running out of DVDs.
I say too many times.
Because we go.
He was the public affairs officer, so he's learned not to say
I used to say
they love it when I do this. Look.
All the time in my old Tomahawk Shawn vlogs, I'd say or I'd say
Oh really?
But
as a feeding bowl, it will only open for the cat. Oh, well, that's kind of the opposite issue. Okay. that's kind of cool. But anyway, like I was saying, not to, you know, get on a sad subject, but Lily, you remember Lily, you guys. Lily wasn't gonna let no dog eat.
No.
That wasn't gonna let no cat eat her food.
We figured it's a male-female thing,
Hey,
because
Sherry.
I've had a bunch of Shih Tzus in my life.
German lady, sorry.
And the females they're bitches.
And he'll just
But the
sit
male
there.
Shih Tzus that I've had have been really sweet dogs.
Yeah.
I had Baxter. I had a black Shih Tzu as a kid.
Yeah.
He was super sweet. And Sawyer, the only time we've seen Sawyer really snap and growl is when he's protecting his shank.
Yeah, y'all
from the
know his
cat.
shank, his shin bone.
Yeah.
And when it's new, if it's not new, then it's cool. But yeah, I know, country lady. That's why I said I know it's sad, but I did want to. You know, it's very sad. German lady. Let me tell you something about German lady. Hey, Angela.
I saw her tearing the lips off of somebody.
I don't really know a lot of times who she's talking about.
Oh my
But she
God.
could drag a bitch to hell.
Who were you dragging one night? Someone was like, I
most
don't
of the
even
time
know
I don't
who
even
it was.
know.
I went in there and German lady was
You do, Angela?
throwing dirt on somebody for sure. Who was it? You know?
And when she really gets going, and she maintains her composure.
Who was that?
I don't even. One day it was the one what's his name? Bergs? Is that? Well,
It was some other
I'm
female
sorry,
in the community.
country. Oh, country lady had one named Lily too, and had to put her down.
Aw.
So anyway, I thought that was funny.
It
Look,
was.
she's bombshell. Okay, well, good on you.
Yeah,
then.
that was bombshell. I was like, hey, who's this? And I was kind of half asleep. Mandy's like, Sean.
Hey,
Sean.
kittykins.
And I hear the accent, and I go, that sounds like German. Like she's like, yeah.
Oh,
And I
thank
said,
you,
who
Becky.
is she tearing up at this hour?
Okay, see, Beck said it can be used for your puppy to register their
Aw.
microchip, and I have 3 cats in a similar issue. Okay, yeah, she did.
Thank
she
you.
she was like, and let me tell you something else. I can't do the German accent. I think I've said this before, but when I first saw German lady, she came into Randy and Diane's stream, I think, or Wendy and someone, and she goes, they let her up, even though she was like backstage, and she said, I'm new here, and I'm trying to figure out who is TT and ATX and Tomahawk, and how do they all fit together?
I remember
And
this,
they were
yeah.
like, girl, we don't have time.
Yeah, I think I was working at that grocery
It was
store.
so
when that
funny.
happened.
She does a little bit of trolling. No, but what I was saying earlier is when I go like this, you know, to keep the corners of my mouth wet, it's become a thing that people copy.
They do, they go.
Well, not everybody, but yeah, because that's what I do. I'm like, well, what am I supposed to do? I mean, the corners of my voluptuous lips are.
I like when she. I'm sorry. We won't go
We're
there.
gonna. There's Trash Raven. I don't see Plurpy. Where's Plurpy? I know Plurpy's not walked. Oh yeah, there's Plurpy. It's a long, detailed story. It takes turns and detours but it has a pretty good happy ending.
Well, we're happy to be on here. We were not sure how this was going to work because depending on what part of the house you're at, you don't really get anything. And this is the front part of the
Thank you.
house. The southern sky is there.
And here's the interesting
West,
thing.
east.
Here's the interesting thing. So you guys know we have to go back to Texas and get the rest of our stuff. But we've purchased a lot of things here. Like, I love the Pioneer Woman stuff from Walmart. So we've purchased a lot of things here. You keep up with that. I'm gonna.
Okay. I saw it
I want-
buffer for a second, but I think it's just my
Oh,
phone
okay.
doing it.
I like to make sure we're seeing everybody's stuff. But
Moxie's like, and cutting in and out. But not bad, just a little
I
bit,
know
right?
the only other thing we could do, we could turn his phone completely. Well, the data, I guess it doesn't that help the signal. Okay.
It looks good right now.
Yeah. Hopefully it doesn't.
Minimal, they're saying. It's okay. The sound is
good.
good and it's minimal. And if that's the worst that happens, until the 16th, which is what, Monday? When
Yeah.
they put it in.
And by chance, I was off.
That's a good thing. You know,
That's
that's
a
a
very
good
good
thing.
thing. For those of you who don't know, I'm a caregiver. Love it. Love the lady that I'm with. She's something else. Those of you who I like text with know a little bit about how spunky she is. So I might here and there slip in some stories. It's not a HIPAA violation. I'm not telling you her name or diagnosis or anything like that.
They're pretty good stories. I mean, one of the things, like you guys have heard me say this before, you know, Mandi is amazing, and you know, the ATX part of her, you guys can say whatever you want to say about her, but the Mandi part, the professional part of her, the way that she cares for her clients is amazing. And those of you guys that have reached out to her as a friend for, you know, advice and for confidence and for tips about, say, substance abuse and addiction, you guys know who you are. When she gets down and gets real, it's amazing. So these stories that, oh, thank you, Karen.
Oh, Karen, thank you. Enjoying dinner while you're moving into your home. Thank you.
When she is with her clients and she is Mandi Curley, professional, she's amazing. And so the stories that she incorporates that are funny are because her clients are comfortable enough to do this stuff.
Yeah.
And
this,
you know.
I always say meet them where they are. So like, I don't spend time trying to reorient them and say, no, your husband's passed away today. I just keep it moving. I'm like, wherever they're at, I'll join them and have a conversation with it. And that makes them so much
Right,
more at ease, because it's like they're told continually by, and it's their, family or whatever, and they can't help it. It's hard for them to see someone that's losing, their faculties as far as,
Right.
But my days go so much easier, and I've always done this. I'll just join you where you are. If you're talking about riding a pony to school when you were 8, that's what we're gonna talk about. And if you think it happened yesterday, it happened yesterday.
Now, and you're talking about where
Moxie.
they are. Is it?
Hey, coffee. I know coffee and conversation.
Is it dementia, or is it just the gerontology of getting older, or what is it? I mean, when you're talking to them, is it? Because sometimes I don't understand when you're telling me these stories. Are you talking to her, or are you talking to? Does that make sense? Like,
yeah, it's her. The way that it was explained to me a long time ago is it's like a filing cabinet that goes backwards. So let's say you have 4 children. There's an oldest to the youngest. The front file, it goes first. So the youngest. And this is just an example, saying children. It can be other things too. And then the next thing. And then the next thing. And usually by the end, they are down to thinking that another male loved one is their brother or their father. And that's really, really hard for husbands, because they so desperately want them to remember. And it is a horrible disease. But as far as, I'm honored to be able to walk with someone like through that.
yeah, it does take a lot out of her.
Country lady said that, yeah, it does. Anybody who does that, it's, and she doesn't really understand. So when I want to say, like today, I was like, you've taught me a lot. And she's just, not whatever. And I'm like, we sit and we look at the cars go by, and I'm like, you've taught me a lot. And she has, just about what's important, what's not important, what's funny. We love to laugh. So
Sissy says, I do not believe in RO for I guess you meant dementia or Alzheimer patient. You might know that. I do not believe in whatever RO is.
maybe orientation. I'm not sure. Yes. And I'm looking at your what y'all are saying. It's just reality oriented.
Okay.
It just it's they can't do it. And the thing is, even if you can, they may appease you for 10 seconds and go, okay, yeah. That's the kitten getting it. The 10 seconds later, they've already forgotten, or they just said it to appease you. It's just, and then they're agitated, then they're mad. So anyway, that's just a little, that's what I've been doing. Dementia care has always been fascinating for me. B from B and Randy, she took care of her mother-in-law for a long time. I don't know if she still is or not. I don't know what that status is. But she would crack me up. She'd post pictures of like Diet Coke poured in the potatoes when she turned around. She will go throw my food away. If we go pick up something to go, she loves burgers, and she's a tiny little thing. If I turn my back and use the restroom or something, she'll decide to clean up, and every single thing gets thrown away.
Doesn't she dump stuff in the vent too? Like,
yeah, the floor vent behind her. She
So.
thinks it looks like a trash can. So anyway, there's lots of workarounds.
Debbie Dawson says, hi, you two. I'm just reading while you go. Hey, Debbie.
You might
You want me to get her? Okay.
Yes. But anyway, so that's what I do.
So reality orientation. So Sims Fans for Life said my mother-in-law was like that for 2 days before she passed. I was the one she trusted to keep her safe.
That's the way it generally works.
Sometimes I get selfish because this is my wife and this is my Mandi, and so she comes home and she doesn't have a lot left in the tank, or she's had a rough day or a particularly rough week. But then I just step back and I understand the gift that she has. So it just makes me proud.
A bath or 20 minutes, and I'm.
Yeah.
But sometimes I'll be like, the talking in circles. I'm at my limit with the talking in circles, and usually that's about when the daughter comes in. I also encourage the daughter to take care of herself because caregiver burnout's real.
I see
And so
it.
when she needs to go, when she says that she has an appointment, she'll say, I know you're off tomorrow, but I have an appointment, but I can, no, go. As long as nobody abuses it, I get it. You need to go to the salon. Okay, I'll work 6 days this week.
Hey, Seabreeze.
It's hard. It's hard. So,
I think that's one of the adjustments for us as a couple. I mean, you guys saw us, we got together during the, right before COVID, and then so we were inseparable, and we were doing our
Hey,
channel. I call it like, not hardcore, but we were doing our channel for about that 5 months where we were on all the time last year. Since we moved to Georgia, we're both working a lot, and we've had to adjust to just having a few hours every day at night being together. And we're in bed. We're like past our bedtime almost. It's 9 o'clock.
we both get to go in later tomorrow, so that's a huge
Yeah,
thing.
I mean, she's normally up. When I first started my job, to kind of make my bones there, I had to be in work at like 3:30 and do all the like dirty work and stuff. So now I pretty much, I just go in at 9, but she doesn't know if I'm getting off at 5 or if I'm getting off at 7. And then she's up and out of bed at 5 in the morning. She has to work. So
It's always animal noises here.
Yeah,
the kitten's rearranging the room for us.
So, it's sometime between, we say goodbye at 6 every day in the morning, and we say hello about 6 every night, thereabout. And it's, it teaches you to appreciate,
Hey, y'all. I see y'all coming in. Yeah, so at first it was, in Austin and before we got here and got ourselves in gear with our, with working, we had each other 24/7. There's nobody else in the entire world I could spend 24/7 with, literally, and enjoy every minute of it.
It would have been impossible for me. Okay, we keep it moving. But
But I mean, yesterday, I thought it was the 12th, but yesterday was the 1-year anniversary of Shawn being paroled from the devil. So, but I didn't, we didn't celebrate.
The big D.
We didn't celebrate yesterday.
Give me the D.
Oh my God. We didn't celebrate yesterday. And so then today, we weren't going to celebrate. I don't think there's any point in calling it a celebration, no matter who the person is, how it happened, whatever. That's never a good thing. Except in this case, it's a little bit of a good thing.
It's a good thing.
It's a little bit.
But time flies. It does, really. A year ago, right? It's been a lot. It's been, 8 months almost since we moved here. Seems like we...
And the housing, there is a major shortage here. There is this house, there was 12 other people in contention for it. And it really, they had the...
So there was a dozen
Yeah.
It was an application process when, like anywhere where housing is in demand in Dawson and Lumpkin County, when a house goes up on the market or for rent, as this was the case, there's normally a 72 to 96 hour application process. They go through the applications and then they select. There were people that offered much more rent to live here.
Isn't that weird? You hear about buying being in a
yeah.
competition, even renting. Go Yankees. Oh, hell no, says go. I'm just modding
That's cool.
you. I'm
That's
just
cool.
modding you. I'm not.
The Yankees. I have a sports card collection. Oh hell no! And I have a lot of Aaron Judge, graded rookies, and I collect Judge and I collect Jeter. Those are the ones I PC from the Yankees.
Who's insane.
Just so you know. But
PC, I missed it.
He had an offer for a lot more for this place, but he didn't want to rent. He liked the idea of having a couple. and one of my daughters, just
and
it's,
maybe
it's
even
less,
another one.
it's less stress on the septic system and the water and this and that. So that goes a long way. I mean, the guy who owns this has 25 properties, and he buys short sales, and not repos, but what do you call foreclosures, and he fixes them up and he rents them out. So he goes through. He's not hurting. So he is selective, which means that Mandi and I have come a long way with fixing our financials. So I'm proud of her. So
Is it buffering? I will, Sims fan. For some reason, it looks like it's buffering. Let me know if it's buffering or not. Or put that little emoji.
it looks like we are. Let's see.
Wait, did we miss somebody else?
We must have.
Oh, no.
Here we go.
Oh, good.
Seabreeze.
Thank
We got
you,
Seabreeze.
Mandi, you're on my face. Yes.
Glad to see you live, Seabreeze. We got you.
Yes.
Thank you.
I was like, someone else sent, and we were buffering earlier. Okay. Well, then it must have just been his phone, which is good, because I was like.
Not buffering. It was, it's me. So we're doing good. The picture looks good. It's just where we are.
Sawyer's breaking his butterfly's neck.
Yeah.
He's very ferocious.
So that's kind of how the market is, and we're out here. Those of you that watched my vlog,
Hey, Patsy Cline.
and anyone that knows the Atlanta area, it is moving north up into Lumpkin County. It used to be real rural 30 years ago. It's not anymore.
Y'all know the biggest reason. I mean, I like to take baths too, but Shawn loves his baths, as you well know, quite all the way
Kimmy.
around. So when I saw this bathroom and I knew that it would help his back, and it's something that he really enjoys unwinding and doing, I made it my mission to convince this guy that we were the ones to do it. And I did. I emailed him about once every other day and said, just checking in, and then whatever. And then finally he called and was like, yeah, I'd like to extend the lease to you. And I was like, yes.
We had a scammer. We had another one that we were looking at.
Yeah.
We should tell that
Yeah, it's a
story
garden
real quick.
tub. It's a garden tub.
Yeah.
Nobody on YouTube. Thank you. Nobody on YouTube has their full sanity
It's
intact.
true.
Let's.
True.
I mean, right? Like,
Yeah.
but if you can't, and I know people love that we don't get down necessarily on this channel, but I always say if you can't handle it, go to the Rainbow and Unicorns. Don't come to this community. Go to the Rainbow, Unicorns, and Bubblegum. Although they probably have drama too.
They probably do. I was gonna, explain my vlog, but some of the things that I said in mine has some drama in it from the Tomahawk Shawn, but I'm not on this live.
He'll do another vlog.
I'll do another vlog on my channel and explain that stuff because
Thank you guys. Live chat reminder.
true is true. True is true. But yeah,
Oh,
so
the Truist Park is. I was like, isn't that a ballpark?
which one? Truist?
Truist.
That's where the Braves play. Truist.
Right, but you said true something, and that.
I said true is true.
Right, and so I was thinking Truist Park. We went and saw. Y'all remember we posted the pictures for the game? I was like, Shawn, let's go see a game this weekend, and he was like, really? And I said, yeah, let's go.
Yeah, that's a good
And he
story.
goes, and I didn't even contemplate how hot it would be, or that it was out in the sun, nothing, because.
And I knew this, and I didn't say anything because I was so excited that she was like, let's go to a Braves game. But we went to a Sunday. It was a Sunday, like 1:00 game.
So the pictures that you saw of me were definitely before we sat out there for a while.
Mm-hmm.
But it never, and I'm not saying go me or yay me, but it never ever, because you guys know how much Shawn loves, number one, sports, baseball, and the Braves. And we had a pretty good seat as far as I'm concerned. Shawn would love to sit, behind the.
And by the way, before you continue, Presley is not in the chat tonight because
she was here earlier, I think.
She's at the Cubs game tonight.
Oh, well, then
she
it
might
should
check
be.
in, but I have her as a Facebook friend, and she is at Wrigley Field
Does anyone
watching the
else see
Cubs,
this
so
back?
she gets a pass.
I heard something about that.
Yeah.
Sims was talking about. Oh, okay. There is a new link to that, and I needed to get on the laptop to put it in there.
The celebrity
I will
thing.
post it on our. Well, I don't know if I will update that for sure tonight. Y'all all heard that. Someone asked about it. I'm not I always think dry begging, and then I think of dry humping. It like comes to my mind.
It's two different things.
Two totally different things.
Yeah, two different
one
things.
is a junior high thing, and one is a.
Well, I mean, it doesn't have to be junior high, but.
Well, not all of us were stud muffins. No,
I
I'm just
wasn't.
kidding. Jana thinks that's funny. So anyway, the baseball game. So I'm sweating and everything, and I keep taking breaks to go back in and get water
It's hot,
or do whatever.
guys. It's
And
mid-90s.
I wasn't even moody. I was so excited because he was so excited. And finally he goes, you know what? I mean, we probably don't. He said, we won't stay the whole time. This is whatever. I said, and it never occurred to me like he would offer that. Like it just didn't. I figured he'd be like,
I knew how hot it was.
it'd be
'cause
like if
I
you're
was
too hot, you can whatever. But
Yeah,
we
the way to
didn't
go
get
to
the
a ball
bobblehead.
game.
You wanted the Freddie
well,
Freeman.
It was a Freddie Freeman bobblehead.
You had to wait in
The
line.
thing is, the next time we do this, and I want to, if we can coordinate our work schedules and go to a 7:30 at night first pitch.
Yeah.
Like a Friday night game.
Yeah.
Where it's cool under the lights.
Yeah.
And do
Still
it right.
exciting.
But I was so stoked. But after about the 5th inning, I was like, "You ready to go?" She's like, "I'm ready to go," because it was so hot. We were sunburnt.
What I almost did, Missy got some, girl, I have hot flashes. I remember when my mom used to get them, and it was no joke. She'd be drenched in sweat. Back to the bobblehead thing. He wanted a Freddie Freeman bobblehead. We didn't get there early enough to get in line for it. We weren't
They
gonna.
were all over the internet
weren't
before
gonna-
the game.
We weren't gonna shoulder check any kids to get it or whatever, but.
I wasn't gonna jack anybody up for a
I mean,
bobblehead.
he was like, it was amazing. It was cool to see him that excited.
But I was a little let down at myself because she was like, "We'll go to the game," and I knew Sunday games they're the most convenient because of work schedules for everybody, but they kind of suck because it's so hot to go to a game during
When
Sunday
you're not
during
in the
day.
shade.
Yeah, so I will take Mandi when we can figure it out, like a Friday night, or even if we get some time off during the week, which is not so hectic, to like a Tuesday night game or something
Yeah.
like that, where first pitch is right before 8, and then the game ends at 10:30, and then
That's pretty cool, yeah.
and then you can just go home at your leisure, and you're kind of messing with traffic getting out, but it's
Well,
it's
and you
fun.
ladies, you know how it is. When we decided to do a game, I was like, I need to go to Academy. I need to get a really cute shirt and a really cute hat to wear. And then I need to make sure I have the lipstick that matches the color red. And you didn't even question it. You're like, whatever.
I'm
Let's
like, whatever.
whatever
you
you
need
need,
this credit
babe.
card. You need this. You need some cash. Do I need to
He
go?
does.
Do I need to go sell some stuff? What do I need to do?
And I did. I was like, it's a girl thing.
Yeah.
Are you?
She was so hot,
Right?
too.
See, true. That's what you got to do.
She's hot. She's wearing her brave stuff, and I'm like, oh my god, I'd marry her.
Aw.
But
He says that all the time. He's like, am I really married to you? And I'm like, aw. And I'm like, I have nothing on you. I love every minute of it.
yeah,
Right?
I do.
We gotta do story times of just the funny stuff that's happened.
We do.
since
We weren't really too sure how we were going to do this tonight, or if it was going to work,
63 puppy.
or how the we wouldn't know at all.
But I'm
what we
glad
were
to
gonna
know
do.
it works.
It's not buffering.
Yes.
We don't have our internet on here yet, but it's not buffering. We don't have our furniture from Texas, but eventually over there, right over here is the formal living room with the fireplace. There's 3 bedrooms over there, low power. We'll get you hooked up.
Oh,
Put that in there.
okay. Right now they probably can't. Look at your muscular arm up there. Come on. Okay.
All right.
I know it was buffering. We had to plug the power in. So
Yeah.
the expected buffer.
Okay. Sorry. There was the expected buffer.
You know the way it goes. Sean's
So-
is charged 106.
so-
Mine's never charged.
I know. So 3 bedrooms on this side. The living room's here. We're at the dining room table, the kitchen, but then there's a den over there, and I think that's where we're gonna set everything up.
It's- I do need to do a house tour though.
And then off of that den is a big old deck and a porch. Now underneath that porch, what am I gonna do under there?
Chickens and ducks.
Ducks.
Here,
I wanna get a
answer
couple
her
ducks.
question real quick.
Yeah.
She asked, Debbie says, Sean, are you familiar with Trevor Hoffman? When he retired, his team got him a classic car. My husband restored it. Oh,
Wow, Trevor
that's really cool.
Hoffman is one of the greatest closers ever. The closer that finishes games. The majority of his time was in San Diego.
The other
He
thing,
did some things in some other places.
see, he knows
but,
all this stuff.
But San Diego, you're out in California? Are you out that way? Because that would be where he
Incidentally,
did most of it.
you know most people get classic cars from California because they don't have to worry about the rust as much.
Yeah,
That's what I heard.
yeah. Well, it depends where in Cali though.
Yeah, that's true. The other thing, I got Sean for Father's Day, I got him this Braves trivia book. We won't do it today, but we might even do it live on your channel.
Debbie, that's really cool, by the way.
The trivia book, I can ask a question. It's multiple choice. I don't even have to tell him the options. He knows the answer. So that's pretty cool. We'll do that.
Kittykins said I went to the A's game the other day. The A's, Oakland is one of those teams that has a small, Billy Beane owns that team, and he's, the movie they did about that, it's called Billy Ball, where they use analytics and they stay within a budget. They're a small budget team that gets players instead of going out and buying big free agents. They do things based on analytics, and the A's are almost always in the playoffs with a small budget. So that's what's
We are
their
going to get
kind of deal.
chickens and ducks. As a matter of fact, the way that it's laid out, we can have a fence for the chickens and then have a fence for when we let Sawyer out. Sawyer, it's got country grass, right? We're not talking about the plush grass he's used to.
No, it's mostly red clay.
When he goes
there.
out to go to the bathroom, you should see him. He's
His
like,
paws are all red.
no,
doesn't,
this
yeah.
isn't going to work.
Debbie said, yeah, they're in San Diego.
That's cool.
They work for, Trevor Hoffman is, I want to say he's in the top 3 in saves ever. You know, he's one of the greatest to ever do it.
That's cool.
So.
That's very cool. But while we were at the game, we were on the third baseline, right?
We were on the first base side, all the way down by the foul pole.
And like, Acuna stands
Yeah,
right
Acuna was,
there.
like, right
he
there,
stands
yeah.
right there. And I was gonna, if I could have kept the perfect moment when like the crowd, there's a lull or whatever, and I was gonna say, hey Acuna, and just say hi. I wasn't gonna do anything else. God, like some people would, but I was gonna say, hey Acuna, to see if he would turn around so that Sean could shave.
He loves a gorgeous chick just like any other.
Right, I figured, well, if
anyone
it's
else
a girl,
would.
he might turn
Yeah.
around and look, and then I can be like,
Yeah.
and Sean goes, if he turns around and looks, I'm gonna be like,
He's gonna go Acuna, and when he turned around, I was gonna go, I love you.
yeah, he was gonna go, I'm not. So,
But-
anyway, hey Christine. So that's kind of what we have the
where's Soy
fireplace
Brown?
here.
Come here. You wanna say hi?
He got his haircut.
He just drank some water. There's Soy Brown. There's Soy
Hold
Brown.
him up. There's Sawyer Brown.
Hey, Sawyer Brown. Hey, Sawyer.
Isn't it funny?
Sawyer's
when-
like, I'm almost 2.
you almost told
I'm almost 2. Here's Sawyer Brown. Hey.
Anyways,
He's like, hey.
It's funny. So I can't be trusted to book the haircutting appointments. Usually that's Sean's thing. But I booked, okay, so the first one I booked, I paid $80 and he didn't even get a haircut. I did some sort of Furminator thing or whatever. So when I picked him up, I was like, oh, he looks really cute.
Hey, Robin.
Are you the Robin? Tell me if you are the Robin from the old Dial-A-Ho. But what was I saying this was important? Oh, so he's all brushed out, whatever. I was like, oh, good. Y'all didn't cut very much off. And then I'm like walking out and I'm like,
Cut any off.
and first of all, I didn't have enough money. I had to go get more. But yeah, so he didn't get, they said, we didn't clip him. I was like, what was the $81 for?
You got a hell of a
And they
shampoo.
explained it. So the Dial-A-Ho, I know, right? So the next time, I slept through the appointment. I was off that day. I
And then
slept
what
in.
happened the third time? I went and took him, and you said I went on the wrong day. You told me the wrong
Yes, and so I'm at
Yeah.
work the next time. Hey, Polska. The next time, they all like that. The next time he sends me a text and he goes, the appointment's tomorrow. And I was like, oh, Sean, I am so sorry. He goes, no, it's all good. But Sawyer was so excited. He thought he was there with his girls. He was going to, so he
Yeah.
goes, I just want my hair
He's
cut.
first of all, Sawyer rides in the car as soon as you put him in the car,
He
and
loves
you
it.
know he gets right down in the back seat and he curls up and he doesn't even look outside. He just goes to sleep. He loved it.
He loves it.
And he is the best dog. And unless you go through a drive-through or something, and then
Yeah.
he wants it. He wants his chicken nugget or something like that.
Yeah.
But
Well, sounds like, yeah, I can't, I'm not ever making the appointment again. And Sean's always been the
we're
one.
a team. If you make the appointment, I never make appointments.
But you were the one that made sure Lily got groomed. You
Yeah.
dropped her off
Yeah,
and picked her up.
yeah.
I
Well-
mean, I thought, I didn't.
Or the appointment got made, and I made sure she went
Yeah.
back and forth.
He always, like, when Sawyer's hair is all grown out like this.
He
he's
can't
like,
see.
He always goes, I know one of you are calling me. I don't. Why is it doing that?
I bet the cat unplugged it.
Or, hold on.
It's at
Oh,
20.
that's gonna go to last until
Yeah.
the end or whatever. My iPhone 11 got paid off. It quit charging, and someone told me they do that.
Really?
That Apple like makes it where certain things don't work once it's a period of time, so that you have to upgrade it.
Well, I need a new iPhone.
He needs a new. No, it wasn't a 4. But what was it? A 6?
I like a 6.
A 6 or a 7?
She
And
spoils me.
I put something on Twitter about it. I don't know. I'm pretty sure it was on Twitter, and it said, "Love." We both like iPhone and Android because I was an Android person when we met.
It might be because of the night.
Well, it says we lost him. But hold on, tell me if it's still. Connection is bad.
Trash radio broke the internet.
Is it back? No, it's not back. I can
No,
see
we're
it.
starting to lose.
Okay, yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and end it. Say we will be back
Okay.